Hey guys, welcome in, and it's in my sincerest hopes that by the time this video hits your YouTube feed, that the time these words hit your ear, that we have a date. We have some hard confirmation, some official confirmation about a date. The forums have given reason to speculate, but they haven't really truly committed to a specific date. And so I thought I'd kind of share with you my professional experience as a software dev myself, what it's like right now in the pit, what it's like right now as they're fighting to figure out this bug, because the New World devs are kind of in a lose-lose situation until they have an official date that they can come out and communicate. They're going to come out with their apologies, and I think that's already been communicated to a degree, but I thought I'd sit down today and have an MMO discussion with you guys about this and about my personal experience, and hope that it can give you something good to take away from all of this. But even if nothing else, just something to kind of maybe distract you for a handful of minutes, because y'all been asking me in the comments, y'all been asking me in Discord, hell, some of you have even texted me, and I wish I could just say mom, but you know, it wasn't my mom who was texting me about where is the patch, what is going on, and this is a severe miss. So that's what this term is. So the first thing you should know in terms of sprints and that kind of culture, you usually look at a kind of a 2-week sprint, and when that is not delivered on, it's called a miss, and it's not fun. It's nobody feels good leaving that. The devs themselves don't feel good right now. They're not happy about this. They're not excited about this. A big part of the reward is the excitement and the joy that we give them, the surprise that we give them. There is that, and don't underscore it. That is like candy, you know. It's like feeling and delivering something that somebody wants, and that it gives them real value and excitement and in gaming joy. That's a beautiful thing, and that's something that can build that momentum that takes you from patch to patch to patch to update to update to update, when the work is hard, when the grind is real, when the pressure is on. That is something that can sustain you through game development. And there's a reason why people in game development burn the hell out very quickly. It's not, it's not the easiest of work. In fact, every time I've worked on games in my, hobbyist time, I always end up learning something even cooler about programming that just makes me a better programmer. That's why I usually try to spend some time making games, a couple of weekends out of the year. Now, at some point, if these channels take off and more, maybe I'll be able to bring you guys my ideas to fruition, but this isn't and shouldn't be about me at this moment. This is about the state of New World as it relates to this update. Now, first and foremost, I'm so thrilled that they actually updated it, because this kind of delay, these kind of days, the fact that it shifted, not just the date, that they came out over the weekend, that actually last Wednesday was the first real sign. So if we start kind of triaging this, it's been over a week since all hands on deck alarm bells were flaring, and perhaps even before that. But I can officially start tracking this issue Wednesday. This is now day 8. That's a massive freaking bug. And that could be that maybe they found some major issues or some, things that were unexpected. But this is where, when the bug comes in, you have a concept called regression testing. Hey, we've done this, we fixed this. Does it cause any other issues? So it ends up being also a lot of hands on deck to testing and retesting and trying to confirm that the issue is fixed and that new issues don't pop up. And sometimes, if anybody out there like me is in development, I remember one time fixing like 3 bugs, and those 3 bugs prevented like 25 bugs from ever being detected. Because what ended up happening is those 3 bugs were slowing down the system, that whatever, like by the time the other stuff would finish, we never found that there was a lag disconnect between process A and process B. But all of a sudden we fixed these bugs, process A sped itself up. All of a sudden we were like, why is all this other stuff failing? Being a developer is kind of like being an investigator. You're kind of always looking for the problems, and as you find the problems, you find maybe new problems, etc. So that is kind of where we stand. Like, the fact that the devs are working, if they can't come out now and say, hey, we're still working on it, because the question that's going to be fired right back on them is like, do you have a date? and it would make them look incompetent. And it's not their incompetence, it's just they have to have that level of confidence to communicate to us, because that is what people want at its core. And now, like the official forums, they're officially saying, well, they're not officially saying, they're saying the 31st, which they were saying today, saying the 31st. It is, in my personal opinion, that it hits Tuesday. Like, at this point, let yourself test it throughout the weekend. Let, you know, like, yep, sorry, we had to have 2 weekends of all hands on deck. Let's come back and try again next week. The downside about all of that is there's still a lot of other moving parts. Blue Protocol's network test is this weekend. We've got Throne of Liberty right on the horizon. There's so many very parts, and you know that the pressure is on and it is cooking, and this isn't fun for them. Just note that they aren't having fun right now. They're working their asses off for you in hopes to deliver the product. Now, every day that goes on from here, that in and of itself is just the bigger severity of the bug. Now, I would venture to bet that if they do not make the 31st, as it kind of is speculative on the official forums, that we will probably hear from them on Monday. We will hear from Scott at that point, like after they've had the weekend, etc. Now, hopefully that message from Scott is accompanied by, oh my gosh, we're so sorry. This was just like a nightmare for us. This is not what we want. You know, as a team, we felt like it was safer to do this for you guys, which it is. Like, this is the right call, because if they're already at 8 days and we still don't have an official announcement from them, that means that this was a severe bug. And if it was introduced because of my feedback, I do apologize to the community. I know that's speculative, in that regards. And I mean that and with hopefully a light sense of humor to it. But at the same time, I too am very excited to jump in and play the new season. I am, as I think a lot of us here are. So hopefully that helps answer some of your questions, some of your texts, some of your comments, and gives you a little insight as to what is going on right now. The team is probably pretty tired too. And I think that essentially the best thing we can do is we can cheer them on, and we can hope for the best. And hopefully the next time I get to sit down and talk to you guys about this, like I said, hopefully by the time you're hearing this and seeing this, all of what I've said, the messages and stuff have transpired. But at this point, at this hour on a Thursday, it's risky. And I don't advocate for pushing code on a Thursday or a Friday. Like, if I was running the team, I would not. I would literally hold off and push on a Monday when everybody is somewhat well rested and not spending the weekend stressed out of their minds if something else were to go wrong. So that's the call I would make. That's where I stand on it, and I'd love to know your thoughts. If you have any questions, you can always continue to reach out. I've been working on some other things, but this is the topic at hand, and as soon as the text started flying, I thought I'd try to take some time and address it for you guys. So on that note, thank you for your time. Thank you for your attention. I hope you have a most wonderful day, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video. But until then, take care.